Hi everyone! What do we have cooking in the design studio today? Wait to see how we're creating a brand new mudroom and a pantry for our clients to give them the space they are so desperately needing. Come along and take a peek at the options.
Well, you already know I like to start showing you with what the as-is looks like. So that is what the house looks like currently in its situation. So for our clients, this is a split level home. So when you access the front door, there's a living room, there's a kitchen, and then you go down you go down 6 steps. There is a powder room. This is the back entrance to the home. When you come in, this is the garage entrance from the hallway here, and there is a bedroom here. You can also go down the stairs to the newly developed basement that we developed. And then when you're back on the main floor, this is actually the same area where the stairs for the upstairs is. And then the bathroom that we just renovated is up here. So this is the house. So when they come home, typically right now this garage is used strictly for storage. It is not used to house a vehicle at all. They do have a double detached garage in the back, and the door to the garage is roughly around here. So when they come home and park in the garage, they come up a few stairs, they come through the back door, and there is absolutely no drop zone. There is no place to put anything. They always have to come up the stairs and then drop things off here. So with this hallway being only 36 inches wide, it really makes for the back entrance to be a pinch point for the family. I'll be honest, it's a little bit of a pain for them. So we're going to look at stealing some of the space from the garage and creating a new mudroom for them, as well as providing additional storage for their kitchen area that currently houses things in the garage. Items like small appliances. There's not real good pantry storage currently in their kitchen, so we'll create some storage there as well. There are 4 people in the family, so I need to keep that in mind. There are a couple other things before I start to show you what the options are. There is in the garage, there is a half wall, which is made out of concrete cement that runs along this whole length of the wall and also runs along this wall here. It also runs along this front wall here, but that's not going to come into play for this phase. So we need to keep that in mind. The second thing we need to keep in mind is that the entrance to the garage needs to be able to we need to be able to fit a car in here, and they've told us what car they're going to put in there, so I've used the dimensions of that particular car for now, plus giving some leeway if they change cars down the road, which most people do. The other thing we need to keep in mind is, because this is an exterior wall right now, we need to keep in mind what the engineer is going to allow us to do. And normally what I say to clients is anything is possible. It just depends on the budget. So one of the options is going to be showing a very wide entrance, which would most likely have to include some kind of beam. The other option is going to be the bare minimum entrance we could make, the space to make an entrance into the newly created space without having to do a beam. So, without further ado, let's take a peek. Option 1 is showing the entrance to the newly created mudroom and pantry fully opened. So there's some dotted lines here that just signify that it's a new space. Because this garage has a lower floor, this is actually going to be a step down. We will need to make a brand new subfloor, run heat runs through here, make sure all the electrical and power is up to date for codes, as well as the HVAC, but there will be a step coming down, which I actually don't think is a bad thing, because this house is a split level, so it makes sense that I don't want to raise it to the same level as this floor, because we're losing valuable storage space. So when you come into the house, my clients will be able to come down a step and into a space that could look like this. So before I show you the 3D rendering, this entire wall is a bank of cabinets. For now in the rendering, I've used doors. I don't know if they want open cabinet shelving or they'd like to hide things behind doors. So I have created doors in here. On this side, this is actually deep enough to be a coat closet. So there's room to have coats and hang coats. I've created a bench area so that people can either set things down or sit down while they're putting their shoes or boots on. And then I've created a little cabinet here, designed a little space, which I would call the drop zone. So when you come in, your keys could go there. I've actually specified an outlet in this half wall that we need to frame around. for chargers and things like that. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what this looks like. So just standing at the top of the stairs before you come down, you can see how we have to frame around this cement wall. So we have to work around it, but on this side, it is a full bank of cabinets. There are 3 full cabinets and then a half cabinet. There is a lot of storage here. Then on this side, we've got the coat closet. I have created 2 drawers down here. They'll be shelving up here because it's quite high. So the coat hanger will be roughly around here. They can hang coats. And then they've got the bench, and I've got that cabinet. I got us in a cabinet there. And then I have a little open shelf here where they could charge phones, drop keys, those type of things. So that's what that's looking like. I did put a mirror there just in case you want to check yourself out before you head out the door. But that's what option 1 looks like. So for this option, we've created a smaller entrance. So only 4 feet of opening, which is still more than enough to be able to come in, step down, and enter this space. This does allow a little bit of privacy so that when you're actually in the kitchen looking down, you don't see a cabinet or you wouldn't see any mess. It's a little bit of a containment, if you kind of think of it that way. It allows you to have maybe a little bit of untidy space if you are entertaining up here. There's always pros and cons to each design. There are 3 big banks of cabinets for storage, for food, for small appliances. This one you'll see in the rendering, I've made it a little bit shallower just because I've created a locker situation here for shoes. There is no coat closet in this plan, and I have created additional shoe storage here. So let's take a peek at what this looks like. So looking at this plan, I've got the 3 big tall storage units for small appliances, food, whatever needs to go in there. I've created additional storage up here, maybe for clothes, for hats and toques and mitts during the winter. I do have coat storage here with hooks. However, it's not like the closed cabinet in option number 1. These drawers can pull out. And then over in this corner here, oops, oh, I'm really taking you on a ride. Over in this corner here, I've made that all for shoes, if they wanted to utilize the shoes. Looking out from this, the cabinet that is right above the window, looking out from the bench, I have designed a cabinet here, an open cabinet for shoes and boots. You know, when you come home and it's like, I just want to throw my stuff down, this is where this could go. And then because I've made it a little bit longer, I've specified 2 outlets, whether they're chargers for phones or for goodies like that. And of course, there's also, if you wanted to add a little bit of ambient light, if you want to put those on timers or have them synced with your smart systems in your house, those can go on and off so that when you come home, there's at least a light that's on. So that's the option number 2.
So those are the 2 options we're going to present to our clients. They are not even close to being finished plans. They're not even close to being finalized plans. We're going to go and look at all the pros and cons for each, and we're going to start making tweaks and changes, which will get us on the next phase of working towards that final plan. When we have that final plan, then we can get the trades to come in and quote for the work to be done. So I hope you've enjoyed our little trip down mudroom pantry lane. Okay, take care.